This is a tutorial on It Is Well With My Soul, and this time we're going to show it to you as a piano accompanist. So in this kind of a situation, you don't need to play the melody because somebody is singing it. You play your chord in the right hand, and the root note of the chord, the note the chord's named for down low, is a bass note. So I'm going to show you, we're going to try to keep the chord in your right hand such that it's below the melody note. That's important so that the melody note you're singing does not get covered up. So we're going to start our C chord like that. When peace like a river attendeth. I think we're going to do the D minor chord like that. A, D, and F. Attendeth. There's our G chord, B, D, and G. My way, and C like that in root position. When sorrows, that sounds pretty good because the melody note's right there, so I would move it up to E, A, and C there. Sorrows like C. That also makes it a pretty easy change to that D7 chord, which is D, F sharp, A, and C. So when you're just making that change, you keep these two notes the same and you change to that on the bottom. That's your D7 chord. C billows roll. There's your G chord, D, G, and B, and then we're going to add that F note to make it a G7 chord on the next measure. And whatever, there's your C chord, the C on the top. Ever my lot thou hast taught me. There's your D chord, D, F sharp, and A, and me to say, D, G, B. It is well, it is. There's your C chord, E, G, and C. It is well. There's your F in root position with the melody note on top. Well with D, G, and B, my soul. And back to C there. It is well. There's your C chord. It is well with my soul, with my soul. So I'm going there from C down to that G like that, B, D, and G, with my soul. And you go back to the C. It is well, C, F, and A. It is well. Put your C chord like that with D, G, B, my soul. And that's a nice way to do your chord in your right hand. Then the only other thing you need to do is you need to add the root note down low. So when you're playing a C chord, when peace like, you got that note down low, a river attend. Oh, you got a D note there, and there's your G note, and you're playing a G chord, my way, back to the C. When sorrows, it's an A minor chord, so I got an A there, was like C, and there's my D note for root, billows roll. What S, C in the bottom, in my lot, F on the bottom, in you has taught me to say, it is well with my soul. So all you got to remember, it's the root note, the note the chord's named for down low. It is well with my soul. There's a C. It is well with my soul. And this is what it sounds like when you put it together. When peace like a river attendeth my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my lot, you have taught me to say, it is well, it is well with my soul, it is well with my soul.